Hope you all been hitting that notification bell. I'll be waiting for you guys to get into the room. Till then, I'll be setting us up with the sander. What are we working on today? Well, the lowest lowrider you've ever seen. We're always going to work on that. Sitting in the low. All right. Okay. Yeah, this is such a cool ride. I need to do some more shorts with this. This shorts seem to really be getting this car popular. I'm just showing the car until you guys come into the room. Particularly, I'm working on the Continental kit. I know I'm gonna have to do this over once people get in the room, but what the hey. My holes aren't perfect. All right, see that? So what I'm gonna have to do, show you a little trick to oblong the holes. Yep, looks like I got the same thing over here too. So I'm gonna have to move this hole over that way and move this hole out this way. So how I messed that up, I don't know, but I'm gonna show you a little trick that I do to get it fitted in. By the way, the weather is absolutely gorge down here. All right. This hole needs to go that way. So I'm going to drill this side of this hole and this side of this hole so this can shift over. And I'm going to drill this side of this hole so this can shift over. So what I do is I put the drill bit on the side, and I go back and forth like this. Let me invite my brother to dinner. Just did. So I just kind of come in and I push to the side that I need to expand. And that slowly opens up the hole. So it makes it more of an oblong. Whoa. But you got to be careful, because if you pull it too far, you can scratch your and we don't want to scratch it, but if we do, what the heck, right? Let me see. See, it'll fit a little bit, but it's still causing it to buckle. And that we don't want. See how it's kind of buckled a little bit? We don't want that. We want it flat. So I got to keep going over. And I guess I could bring this hole over on this side, which would give it room for the whole thing to shift. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, and I'm surprised we don't have people in the room yet. You don't want to go too far. You want to go just far enough where you get the fit you need. Okay, I'm noticing the further it goes down, the more room it needs. It's cool at the tip. Now I'm not using a bigger drill making a bigger hole. So the same size, it's just making it oblong, making it oval. So the same size, which I got many sizes of clips to go on the other side, so that's not going to be a problem. It's coming. It's coming. See this little gap? I'm going to show you the gap you cannot have. It's got to be flush. There we go. We got some money in the house. See that little bubble? You can't have it. So, got to make that adjustment. And it's just a little bit at a time. Who is this? Mr. Powell. What's going on, my brother? We're ovaling out some of our holes so we can get a good flush fitting for this Chevrolet sign. But we also got a bigger job today. We got a Audi that needs the hood done. So we're gonna sand this hood down, and I'm also gonna sand the top, and I'm gonna tape it off. It's just the clears wearing through. And I'm gonna tape off the rest of the car, and I'm just gonna shoot the hood and under the lights. So that's what we're gonna be working on today. But yeah, this little bend right here, see that? You can really see it. We can't have that. Cannot have that. So let's see. Let's turn on the juice and see what shakes loose. Yeah, I don't like that. Now you can either go in and out but pushing against a particular side, or you can lean, you can rock on the side that you're trying to oval out. Or a mixture of both. part that pisses you off. Because if this thing slips, it's gonna scratch it. And I just scratched it. So we know we're gonna have to, you're gonna have to fix some stuff. So it's just part of the game. Okay. Now it's looking better. All right. As you'll see, it's almost there. Thank you for that like, Mr. Powell. As you can see, Mr. Powell. Oh, you're looking at me. I'm sorry. We're almost there. We just got to work this hole now. We got to work the inside of this hole. And then we should be home. And then that's how we cruising down the street. In the Chevy, as Wayne would say. All right. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Oh, somebody else joined us finally. Man, I usually got a gang of folks in here by now. I must be losing my swag. I must be losing my swag. Ah. Oh. Son of a, I did it. Look at this. God dog. Son of a, son of a, son of a. But we know how to fix scratches. That's just part of it, man. Part of it. You relax 1 second and you're fixing. Mmm. Mmm. That would have been perfect before that slip. Slip of the thumb. Oh, crap. Man. God dog. just said, take it easy. Don't rush. And it was so close to being done, I got overconfident and scratched it. Now I'm doing body work where I could have just been motivated. But all in all, we know stuff happens. Hot dog. See, an amateur would try to get away with that. No way am I doing that. That's cool. Sand it down, put a little filler on it, shoot it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Son of a son of a. Son of a son of a. But, hey, you know what? It's done. And we can move on. Okay. Looks like it's just me and you today, Mr. Powell. And you know what? I'm fine with that, my brother, because you are the homie. You are the homie. We're going to get you down to Texas, and me and you going to work on some cars together. I need to go to the store and get some more sanding discs, or I need to look and see if I got some. So we'll go in the garage and see if I have some. A lot of times I'll have these things. Good that I have them. But I've never used this sander before. Now, one mistake you don't want to make. Anytime you're working on the hood, lift the hood. See that? Lift it up. And then wide tape it off. And avoid the edges. Avoid the edges. That's where you can sand through. So I'm gonna tape off just in case I slip, like I did over there on the Continental kit. I'm gonna take this off and just gonna sand off the last of this clear, reshoot it, and re-clear it. And I'm gonna have to shoot the bumper. I'm gonna have to shoot the bumper because of this. He didn't ask for this. He just wanted the hood done. But why not do it right? So I'm gonna tape all of this off and tape it off around here. Somebody did some work on here. I hope don't nobody think I did this. That is just a straight up screw. In fact, I'm gonna send him a picture and let him know I didn't do that. So apparently this car has either been hit or something, because the undercarriage is coming away from it. So they probably kind of ran into something, not hard, and it just pushed it in. And they just took a screw, and it was a much better way they could have did that. But let's get started before we start sanding. Oh yeah, Mr. Powell. Yeah, well, it's got to match. Yeah, we're gonna go Gonna go to the paint store, get the paint number, make sure that that's all good. But you let me forget this. I dusted these already. This is the back of the badge. So we messed up the Continental kit back piece. So we got to do good on everything else. So we actually got 3 projects going. Still working on our badge. Still working on the Continental kit. Now we're going to make a little money so we can pay for the paint I'm going to need to fix this car. No, I got paint over there. I'm just joking. Where was I going though? Mr. Powell, where was I going? You know my mind is off. I was coming in here. I saw this and I was like, oh man, I got to paint that. But I was walking this way for tape. See, Mr. Powell. Now I had I got an email that my hose was delivered, but I asked my wife if it had been delivered. I asked my son. Nobody's seen nothing, so I think they're trying to get me. Ooh. Make sure I paint it this way too. All right. So let's get this car taped up. Hood. Yeah. It's coming for the tape for the hood, but yes, you're right. Okay. Oh, we got one of our friends and joined us. All righty. Ooh. Now, I'm only doing this because this is my buddy's car. Keep your. I'm not gonna clean the motor, but I am gonna blow it out. If you're gonna sell the car, hit it with some brake cleaner. Blow it out. Yeah, I'm gonna blow it out for him. I can use the air compressor for the dust, for the real caught in. Nah, this stuff is in there. I gotta use the air compressor on this. Yeah, that ain't gonna do it. Well, let's tape it off. By then we'll have enough air pressure and we'll get it in, my friend. Work like this, painter's tape. This runs at a dense pace to make your car rust. Once these leaves get wet, you got nowhere to go. You start to play whatever leaning it is. That's how you rust your car. See that? Problem you don't need over something really avoidable. Like I said, this is not my car. But, and it's really not what I'm being paid to do. But it may be best to get a, ooh, what in the world? To get a vacuum cleaner and suck this out. I don't remember the last time it rained. So that means that's been sitting like that for a while. Whatever it is, it's a lot better. Look at that. Okay. So I lost my nose. See, it doesn't feel being helpful. It's a black nose. I'll find it. It's a black nose that goes on here. I'll find it. So what's good with you today, Mr. Powell? Look like it's me and you, my brother. What I'm trying to do is just kind of feather it out, even it out, take it down to where I can't feel it. Then obviously come in with some level it all out with some primer. But looks like I'm gonna keep going with this 80. Good, you know, it's a good start. But yeah, we gotta take it down. Liking it at the lower speed. one way. Yeah, one way you know it's not flat just by looking at it. You see that little outline? That means it's hitting here, it's hitting here. So it's like that. There's a couple ways to deal with that. You keep sanding until it sands all the way off and you go to the metal, or you hit it with so much primer that it fills in, and as you're blocking it and it's coming out flat, that disappears. So it just depends on how much work we want to put into this. I'm gonna need some more. I'm gonna need to go to the store and get some more sanding pads, and I'm gonna need. I should have some. Let me see. Unless I threw them away, because I had some, and I didn't have that kind of sander at the time. So I think after a while, I hate when that starts to happen. Stuff just start falling. So I'm gonna look and see what kind of pads I have. These are 800. I mean, I can use these, but I can't use them for what I'm doing right now. 800 is way later in the process, but good to know we got those. What is this stuff? Ah. 100 grit. See? Told you. Got some. Almost wasted some money. 400 grit. These are stick-ons, though. This is Velcro. Got exactly what I need. Cool. All right, so we're doing 80, so 100 is not that big of a change. See, tell the grit right here. This is an 80 grit. So let's turn on the juice and see what shakes loose. Trying to feather the edges. what I did, starting to angle right on the edges, and I'm getting a smoother sand. It'll help me block it later. Again, this doesn't have to be a perfect job. This is a tax car. Somebody, they're trying to sell it for like $7,000. Just don't want to put no money into it. So I try out techniques on these cars that I'm going to use on my cars, and I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about it. I mean, I know what works and I know what works and what doesn't work. Okay. A lot more smooth than it was. Hitting it with some 100 is not gonna hurt. But I really like this DA. I was pretty much, if you look at all my other videos, I use the blocks a lot. But I think I'm gonna go in hand sanding a lot. I think I'm gonna go to only using the blocks before paint, but not necessarily doing body work with them. Well, depends on the situation, but in this situation, yeah, I like the DA. Pretty good, pretty good. Got more sanding to do. Gonna smooth it out. Probably should start taping this stuff off and hitting this, but definitely gotta start taping it off. So let's wipe it down. Let's tape it off. Ooh. Okay. I just noticed something. This gash, see, that ain't supposed to be there. See, that's not supposed to be there. Whatever did this is what broke this. Now, my question is it really worth doing this if this is going to be here? And I'm not, like, he didn't ask me to do this or this, but that's the problem when you start doing extra stuff because, you know, problem. So, I got to think about that. Just knocked it down. Again, I'm not going to overwhelm myself with free work. Ooh, yeah. I got to go hit in here. The reason why I'm running my hand across it, a lot of times your eyes aren't going to pick stuff up that your fingers will. Like I can feel this. But when it was dust all over it, and if you look at this looks just like that. But when I run my hand across of it, I don't feel that. I see it, but I don't feel it, which means it's flat. This I feel, so that means it's not. Unplug. So, what do you say, Brother Powell? We start taping this sucker off. That's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a tape line right here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not messing with the rest of that bumper. Because there's a body line right there. Nobody's really gonna notice, especially a job that's, not a money job. But tape it off just like that. Plastic. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, we're gonna get it down. not this liberal with the tape, but this happens to be some tape that I didn't have to pay for. So, yeah, pause for the cause.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Okay, she must have called me by accident. No, Larry, Curly. Okay, what are we doing? I'm trying to think. Do I need to waste? Yeah, I got to take these off because I'm spraying here. So plastic is not going to get it. Well, Mr. Powell, I definitely appreciate you hanging out with me today because that gives me the motivation to. I would have probably quit once I got to sand it down, but you're hanging out with me is making me do a little bit more. So you don't know how much your presence is valued. So again, I thank you, sir. Pretty much, we're gonna tape on either paper or plastic. So we're not gonna worry about all that. But because we're shooting these lights, we're going to take these lights off. Well, we shoot them under these lights. That's what I'm not going to go full out plastic like I do if I was painting. I'm going to, because I'm just going to prime, I'm going to go paper. Go paper here. I'm going to go paper here. I'm going to go paper here and here. Because I got paper. And now, I do have proper paper. I'm trying to use something that's already garbage. Save myself some effort. This is actually packaging paper that came with my Continental kit. I was using it for kindling for my fire kit. down with the wind. Calm down. Hey, what's going on? What? Yeah, I'm taping up a car. What's going on? Is that your aunt's car or another car you need painted? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, swing it on by. Swing it on by when you get time, and I'll check it out. I'm gonna send you. Huh? Oh yeah, I'm gonna send you some pictures of this Audi I'm painting. All right, take it easy. All right. So, as crazy as this looked when I started, I'm gonna let you see where it makes more sense. And again, remember what this channel is for. Everybody don't have the money to have the roll of paper like I showed you. And I just do this to show you. It's all right. Figure it out. Got a split? All right, Mr. Powell. I appreciate you. Then we're going to go across that windshield and start to get it in. Come on, man. since this is a low to no cost job, I'm using stuff that's not costing any money nor hurting. But let's say you don't have the stuff. Look at what I'm doing, and you'll see how to get through your job if you're just trying to do something real quick with stuff around the garage. So all we're gonna do is try to prime this hood real quick. Now, same process goes for this, but we use the real paper. We got paper. We got the real rollout paper. But like I said, this is a one-touch job, and it's the same principle that goes into your fancier cars. And since we're about to prime, remember we did this earlier. I don't know if you guys were here earlier in the video, but got our holes drilled. Of course, I scratched it, so I'm gonna have to come back and fix to where I scratched it. But got that started, and we were priming our badge. Now this is the back of the badge, so I'm not gonna waste more prime on it. So this is the bracket to the badge. All right, so we got 3 things that we did on this video: priming our badge, fitting our emblems, scratching our Continental kit, and our hood. So even though you're painting with a spray can, you're gonna wait on this wind to stop. That's just on Dad. We get some tape. Of course, the wind gotta be going in that direction. It just wouldn't be right with the world if it wasn't blowing in the direction I didn't use. So let's try to appeal to the paint gods. Let the wind blow in a different direction. So, you're going to paint it just like you're painting with a paint gun. Now remember, you dust it first. You give the primer something to stick to. Just go the full length of what you're painting. 50% overlap. You're not trying to turn it. Primer color. First time you go on it. But remember, most of this primer you're gonna sand off. Now, do we need all of this paper? No. Is it a good habit? Yes. And because we didn't use expensive paper, we can just pull this right back off, So it's not sitting outside looking crazy. As if you live in a nice neighborhood with an HOA. They don't want you doing this. Pretty much people kind of look the other way as long as you clean up immediately. But if you leave it sitting outside like this for hours, for days on time, if you're just doing something real quick, they ain't really gonna say nothing. Like when I paint it, it's gonna have to stay taped, you know, for a while. But I'm also doing the front, which is why I got the car positioned this way. So now we got to see. I don't know what year this Audi is. Just practicing a couple of techniques on it. Somebody's selling it as a tax car. So we're not putting a lot of money into prep and all of that. We just getting it taped off. The paper I used is some tape that I already had. The paper I'm using is not my expensive paper, not my actual paper. I'm using the paper that came, some packing paper that came with my Continental kit. So not really costing me anything but time right now. I'm going to have to be reimbursed for this primer because this primer is going to require a bit of primer. Let me see how much primer I have. I hope that's not my last can of primer. Nope. There we go. And now I'll get this back. Oop, that's not a full can. Not a full can. But that's cool. Should be enough to prime that hood. But really, we got this done today. Got to sand it back down. I scratched it. So we'll fix that paint. Which is good. Nice and flush. I haven't put the backs on it yet. But this shouldn't be hard. But this is what the back looks like. Got our holes drilled pretty good. And this round piece goes on the other side of the Continental kit. See that? Goes on this side. So that'll give us a little gold in the back. Gotta get started back on this trunk. Got to get the carpet in it. Got to get these cardboard pieces. Got to get those upholstered, which I got the upholstery. My glue is probably old, but my glue is over there somewhere. But trying to think, what else do I need to do? I need to make sure that these lights are in. This light right here, I just got it kind of stuck in there. I got to get that firmly planted. Oh, these lights down here. See that? The wire on the floor. I got to get that mounted. And it said that my upper hose came in the mail from my motor, but we got to get that. This flex hose goes from there to there. Did you check the mail?
No.
Check the mail, please. See if I got a hose in there. So that's where we getting going. Who's on with me? See, I got a friend with me. Let me know who this is so we can chop it up. I like to talk to my friends directly. Nothing there? Don't rush trying to make it last. Whatever you got is what you got. I think I got some that I can shoot out of my gun if I need to. But I'm not gonna rush. It's not coming out even, and that's bothering me. Which is why a lot of people don't work with spray cans. But like I said, this is a non-paying job. So I want to keep the investment low. See, that's how it's supposed to come out. Completely not covered, but a great start. Great start and very, very inexpensive. 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 So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get some. I'm still trying to decide, and you can let me know. Should we paint the badge the color of the car or leave the badge black? I don't know. Obviously, we're gonna, do the letters a different color, like do the letters black. But should we paint the badge itself white and put in the other stuff? I'm cool with how this turned out. I'm mad I scratched it. But if you scratch it, you can fix it. And I always like looking at this Mamma Jamma right here. This thing is a beaut. So, guess we're gonna run to the store, get some more primer, get some more sandpaper, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next go round. All right, you guys take it easy.